All right, happy Friday, everybody. You made it. I hope you're all doing well this evening. I know I have not been on here in quite some time, live, that is. So I decided to do it live tonight since I had some extra time. And I'm sure there's nobody going to be in here. It's Friday night, everybody's out and about, so it's all good. But I do want to start out with your new moon forecast in Virgo. Let me bring that up. All right. So, how did everyone's Mercury retrograde go? Now, in my method of astrology, it's not over yet. It's not over till about September 4th. I know in modern astrology, it left on the 28th of August. And it really was a doozy for a great many people, especially Virgos and Leos, or those born with a sun, moon, or rising in either one of those signs. Um, now, back in July, it went retrograde, even though modern said it was like August 4th or something. It was in Virgo, and then it slipped into Leo, I think, on the 14th of August. So those two signs really, really felt it. And I am really glad it is over almost because it sucked. That's for sure. All right. So on Monday, we have this new moon in the analytical sign of Virgo. This is on September 2nd, and this is going to be at 9:56 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And wherever this moon falls by house and sign, we will feel like analyzing everything, decluttering our surroundings, and reorganizing things. This is also the beginning of the harvest season when the days are at an even strength and farmers gather their crops and prepare for the winter ahead. Now, we did have the first harvest on August 2nd or on August 1st. The next harvest season is the fall equinox. I believe that's on September 22nd, or is it the 21st? It's either 20th, 21st, or 22nd. And then there's the final harvest of the season, which is Samhain, or Halloween, as some of you call it. So that's why we are in the harvest season. Now, the Virgo new moons are all about our health. It's about organization, holistic healing, employment, fitness, textiles, writing, publishing, and like I said, any kind of holistic endeavors. That can even pertain to things like energy healing and stuff like that. Many of us become perfectionists with this energy, and we tend to strive for better health, exercise, and fitness. Now, Virgo energy always gives us the determination to excel at doing things better or trying to do them exactly perfect. This moon is perfect for starting or seeking out new jobs, diets, new health regimens, organization, and let's not forget to set that sacred space up too. I'll talk about that in a second. It's also all about healing, but this can also make many of us more critical than usual, especially towards ourselves. We are not perfect, and we need to give ourselves some slack for a job well done. Sometimes Virgo, which is the most critical sign in the zodiac, can be not just critical of themselves, but others as well. And we have to remember no one's perfect, not even us. And I can honestly say that with a lot of Virgo in my chart, even though I'm Capricorn. I have a rising in Virgo, so I very much see life like a Virgo, okay? And things have to be done perfect. And if they're not done perfect, it's just, it's the life of a Virgo. All right, moving on. Now, the more negative aspect of this placement will be critical of others, themselves, and obsessive with health. It is a good time. Anytime Virgo is waxing, it is an excellent time to get those checkups because they'll be thorough. And if there's something wrong, they'll be able to find it quickly. Um, but try not to overthink and obsess over every little detail. Just go with the flow, enjoy this energy, and make time to get out into nature. Okay, Virgo? Virgos are nature children, just like Capricorn and Taurus. Your earth signs, water signs regenerate with water, earth signs regenerate with nature. So get out there, take a little walk, take a little hike, listen to the birds, smell the fresh air. It'll be great for you and it'll do wonders for your mental health as well as your physical. Now, it will be all the earth signs, so Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, and the mutable signs, which are Virgo, Sagittarius, Gemini, and Pisces, that feel this moon strongly. And any souls born with the sun, the moon, the rising, the dragon's head or tail in Virgo will also feel it. Once again, wherever Virgo is placed by house and sign, it will motivate you to act in that house and make changes for the better. On a side note here, before I get to Virgo's horoscope, I do want to say that new moons in Virgo energy are excellent for decluttering and giving things away to charity or having a yard sale these next couple of weeks, reorganizing. But also don't forget your sacred space, meaning, your altars, your meditation rooms, any area where you meditate, pray, conjure, whatever. Cleanse, clean, smoke cleanse it. Um, it will help. That's all I can say. And I do want to wish a happy birthday to all the Virgos out there. This is your new moon, and the new beginnings that take place now will advance you in the future. You receive it on your first house, and this is the house of self, soul's purpose, beginnings, appearances, and first impressions. Many Virgos will look deep within themselves to seek out what isn't working for them. Some will change their looks, have a change in perspective on matters and philosophies. The only stumbling blocks these next few weeks for Virgo will be the 8th of September, as the sun, which is in Virgo, opposes Saturn. This can make some Virgos a little more cold and lacking in self-expression. However, before I go any further, there are a few signs in the zodiac that can pull off total poker face. Virgo is one of them. Capricorn is the other. A very shrewd Scorpio can pull off poker face as well and be raging on the inside. So um, that lack of self-expression is in a lot of earth signs as well, because they just keep it, it's the stiff upper lip. As me, being Capricorn, I know all about this. Calm, cool, and collective, lack of expression. Inside, you're raging. So just take that into account. On the 12th of September, there is also a square between the sun, which is in Virgo, and Jupiter, which is in Gemini. So though it's mercurial energy in some ways here, this is going to make self-expression a little more exaggerated. What I mean by that is you need to focus on you and your goals and prepare, as you will be very magnetic too. So for Virgos, the 8th and the 12th of September, there might be some issues, but not for all, because please remember, when you hear things like, oh, the sun is opposing Saturn, it usually doesn't affect people unless they're natally born with it. So if you've ever had a full life reading from me, go check your planets in aspect. Look at the first 10, jot them down, and so that way you know when these energies are afoot and whether it's going to affect you a lot or a little. Now, let's see, where am I? I would enjoy these next few days of this new moon energy coming on the 2nd, because eclipse season is right around the corner, and it's going to kind of get somewhat intense, especially like in the Middle East and around the 9th of September. I can't give you exact dates, but around the 9th, it will prove to be a deadly plutonic window. So, prepare for the worst, hope for the best, right? That's all I can say. Now, with a partial eclipse in Pisces on the 17th and a Uranic phase to boot, expect the shocking, the unexpected, the explosions, earthquakes, eruptions, and major water issues like boating accidents, floods, tsunamis, and intense weather, too. This can also, and I didn't add this into the newsletter, but Pisces doesn't just rule water. Pisces rules alcohol. It rules drugs, pharmaceuticals, hospitals, jails, institutions, religion, um, oil, the Middle East. So there's a lot of things that can go on around the 17th or a few days before or a few days after. I want you just to be aware of that. If you want the exact dates, you'll have to join Patreon at astrostrega.com. For as little as $5 a month, you can get all of this information. Now, as a reminder, Pluto has moved, well, it's going to move back into Capricorn on the 1st of September. And this 11-week station will affect all Capricorns and the cardinal signs. So Aries, Libra, Capricorn, and Cancer. This is the final breath of this placement, and it returns for very karmic reasons. And it finishes up what it didn't get done these past 15 years. I've heard many other astrologers say that the signs mentioned above are moving into their villain era, whatever that means. I'm not quite sure what that means. I can say this, speaking for someone that is a Capricorn and having this damn planet with me for the last 15 years. I've seen a lot of things, a lot of loss, both with friends and family, and with monetary and employment loss, layoffs, things like that. So I have experienced quite a bit of bullshit, as I call it, with Pluto and Capricorn. Little leery about what these 11 weeks are going to hold, but like I said, it comes back and it cleans house. So villain error, I'm not sure what that means exactly. It's just something I heard the other day and it made me giggle. Does that mean? I think for the last 15 years, I can only speak for myself, but it's made me put things in different perspectives, and it's made me get a real hard shell on my shoulder. Some of it has made me a bit jaded as well. So there's that. Now, where was I? Okay. Now, once this moves back, it'll go back on November 18th, 2024. It'll move right back into Aquarius. And we could say bye, bye, bye to this placement forever. We will never see it again in our lifetime, as Pluto in Capricorn doesn't return until the year, and I misquoted for my Patreons. I said 2245. I was off by 10 years. It's 2255. We'll be long gone. Your kids will be long gone. Your grandkids will be long gone. Even your great-grandchildren might be long gone. This is not for another 250 years, if the world lasts that long. Kate, hello. Sweet butterfly girl, hello, hello. Happy Friday. I hope you ladies are doing well. Long time no see. I know I have not been on here in quite some time. I know. You haven't seen me in forever. I know. It's been a crazy, I'm not going to even say couple of weeks. It was one thing after another. Once I got my girls settled up at college, one is in the middle of passing a kidney stone. So I was dealing with that. And then now she's having a toothache because her wisdom teeth are erupting. And my daughter is born, one of my daughters is born with a dragon's tail in Libra. And this is a learning moment now for everybody. Okay. My husband has this placement too, a natal dragon's head in Aries, and the tail is in Libra. If you have a tail in Libra, chances are you're going to have some sort of kidney problems, kidney infections, kidney stones. She's only 19 and she's got kidney stones. There is a natural remedy that she's been taking that helps break them up. And it's called Chandapida. A friend of mine told me about this. I want to write it down on a piece of paper so you can see it. If you know anybody that suffers from kidney stones, because she's been taking this now for a week, and knock on wood, so far so good. I'm going to spell it for you. Okay. A dear friend of mine named Liz, I'm going to drop her first name. Hope she doesn't get mad at me. I keep telling this woman to write a book. She is like the closest thing I have. I used to, ain't helping that one ever. I used to, ain't helping that one ever again. Chanda Pita. You can order it on Amazon. I bought it for $16.99. It's all natural. Like I said, I have a friend named Liz. I swear this lady needs to write a book on holistic remedies and medicines because it's working. And it's not like an instant cure, but if you are someone that suffers from this, you order it on Amazon and it comes in a dropper, and you put like 2-3 drops in your drinks, like your juice, coffee, whatever. You should do it 3 times a day if you are battling kidney stones, and I believe 1 time a day if you're trying to maintain. But yes, it's been a crazy couple of months since July. As soon as July hit, July and August, it was hell. And it is what it is. You know, what doesn't kill us only makes us stronger, right? And I'm going to go ahead and I pulled a tarot for the world at large today, and it is the Page of Swords in reverse. Now remember, Swords is an air energy, and it rules the air signs, you know, so Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. And anytime you're dealing with something like this, remember, this isn't for an individual person. This is for the world at large. It is about maybe our government or certain governments are holding something back from us that they're not telling us. It's about keeping something in hiding, and I'm not sure what that means. This is also using physical force, and that kind of concerns me. What in the hell are we getting ourselves into in the next 2 weeks? That's tension. It represents tension and strain. It's not good. It's not good at all. But anyway, I would definitely enjoy the energy these next couple of days because it's going to get crazy. Now, I told you I was going to get on here last week or the week before. I think it was when I posted the full moon forecast. And I am just not into doing politics. I hate it. I hate it. I hate the way people treat each other. I just freaking hate it. But I'm going to have to do the vice president nominee. What was his name? Walls. I haven't done JD Vance either. I should look at his as well, because I said in one of my last videos, whoever the presidential nominee picks as a VP, those two energies combine together now. And they can either balance each other out or be complete opposites. Now, Kamala Harris is a Libra. Walls Am I saying his name right? Walls. It is Walt, or is it Waltz? Oh my God. You know who I'm talking about. Anyway, he's an Aries. Taurus and Aries are polar opposites, but when the two come together, if their stars are compatible, I know a lot of marriages that are Aries and Libra. Um, when the two come together, they can think of the scales. They can balance each other out because one is Venus, one is Mars, one is fire, one is air, one is peace, one is war. They're polar opposites. So they do have a tendency to balance each other out like the scales. So just think of it that way. That doesn't mean that it's in the bag. Like I said, I really have to go look at both VP candidates' charts, and I haven't had time to do that. My focus has really not been on politicians. So there is that. But would you ladies like me to pull you a tarot for the weekend? If so, just say yes. But once things quiet down, I will try and get, you got it, Kate. Once things quiet down, I will try and get on here a little more often. At least you got it, sweet butterfly girl. I will try and get on here a little more often. It just has not been my priority right now. There's just a lot too much going on. My new website is up, so astrostrega.com. I'm not even sure if it's working yet properly, but it is up. My daughter is the admin for that, and between classes and school, she does keep an eye on it. And she did tell me if there were any problems, just write them down. And on her 3-day weekend, she'll try and go in and figure out what's going on. Like I did go in the other day, and I couldn't find the Astro Strega store. I could find the readings, I could find the tarots. The store has went MIA, but that's okay. I do appreciate that very much, and I will most definitely. I am trying to, be a little more consistent here on this app, but sometimes it's hard. But I appreciate that, Kate. Thank you. Every time you come back, I get a new job. What? I got a new job too. I start Tuesday. So, um, very interesting. Well, I hope that's a good experience for you and not negative, sweet butterfly girl. Those that care about you understand. That is very true. I know I've lost some followers probably because I'm not consistent, but like I said in my last spiel 2 weeks ago, I'm not an influencer. Okay, I'm the astrologer, the occultist, the practitioner. I'm not here to influence you. I'm just here to read you your stars, okay? And maybe bitch and moan about someone every now and then. But all right, Kate drew 2 of Wands. It is in reverse, so please remember this is the dark moon phase we're going into this weekend, right? So the 30th, 31st, and the 1st is dark moon energy. So anytime you got the 2 of Wands, but it is in reverse, it is about like delays. There's a delay of some sort that's going on. What else can I say here? Doing some better planning. This card is telling you to plan ahead more. Play it safe and plan ahead. And that makes sense for this moon's energy. The new moon is the 2nd. So making those plans and acting on them. Like I said, this is just for the weekend. This isn't, for anything else. But this is also about, what's the word I'm trying to look for here? There's a word. Hold on. Like a broken promise or a broken, someone who gave you their word but went back on it. That might be something that happens over the weekend. And it may not be someone you know closely. It could be even a stranger. Hell, it could be the plumber that said, I'll be there at 9 and never showed up. You know what I mean? I mean, the possibilities here are endless. But just keep in mind that this is about playing it safe for now. There are some delays. Don't get too disappointed because change is ahead come the second. I hope that helped. All right, sweet butterfly girl. Let me just shuffle these a wee bit and we'll pull. Absolutely makes sense. Okay, that's good. That is good. And for those of you that are on my Patreon, stand by. I will be working on some of it tonight and some of it tomorrow so I can get it to you by the 1st. I always do first of the month. I do your monthly tarot where we pull 4 cards for each zodiac sign. I will have that done by the 1st. And I'm trying to like do a lot of writing and everything before I start work because I'm not working full time, but we'll see. I don't know what my hours are going to be like. So I kind of wanted to get a jump start on writing. Like right now I'm halfway done with the full moon partial lunar eclipse in Pisces. But yes, on the realm of astro medicine, dragon's tail in Libra, kidneys. I have a dragon's tail in Virgo. What does Virgo rule? Intestines. So this is where when I'm upset, I don't eat when I'm upset. I just can't get food down when I'm upset. You know how some people stress eat? You'd think I'd be thinner than this. But you know how some people stress eat? I'm the complete opposite. I stress starve. I starve myself when I'm stressed. And I got on the scale. I don't recommend losing weight like this, but because I've been so stressed with my kid in the hospital and all this other shit, I got on the scale the other day and I lost like 10 pounds. I'm like, huh, how did I do that? Well, that came from only eating 1 meal a day, being too stressed to eat. Not healthy, but I don't recommend losing weight like that. But I kind of just sat there going, oh, wow. Stress can do a multitude of things to people, from lack of appetite, weight loss, hair loss, hives, rashes, all kinds of things, you know. I don't know. Stress is just, it can be very much a, what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, oh my God. Where did food poison? Now, I've had that too, and it's horrible. I mean, talk about it. That's miserable. Food poisoning has got to be one of the worst things next to like the stomach flu because especially if it's seafood. I've been food poisoned by seafood, and oh my God, I literally thought I was going to freaking die. Um, I had liquid in the front and back. Oh my, oh my God, you poor thing. I hope you're feeling better. That's horrible. That's terrible. That's a horrible way to drop weight. But I will say this, because I've lost the 10 pounds, I realized like I was only eating 1 meal a day, but I stopped eating about 6, 7 o'clock at night. I just drink tea and water. That makes a difference. That late night eating is what puts the pounds on, besides not moving. It's so hot here. I have to wait till the evenings to take a walk. Anyway, sweet butterfly girl, you drew the Chariot in reverse. So the Chariot is a Cancer card. It represents the crossroads. But right now, this is like a lack of focus. Maybe there's a particular thing that you're having a hard time focusing on, or I don't want to say willpower. That's really not the word I'm looking for. Um, Some of us, not all of us, but some of us during a dark moon phase, we kind of have this tendency to feel drained with lack of focus and drive. That'll change by the new moon. Okay. And you're a mutable sign, so this new moon will affect you in a more positive way. New moons are more positive, fulls are more negative. But this is also about, what's the word I'm looking for here? A fear of like a commitment. Maybe it's the new job you're starting and there's just a fear of it. Don't worry, you got this. But this can also create, like, Chariot has a tendency sometimes to create like obstacles. That's the word I'm looking for. Blocks and obstacles. Okay. Wait. I'm slowly coming back, but my stomach is getting flat. That's good. That's good. Um, I'm a Sag, so I never feel focused. Well, coming from someone who has a hidden dragon in Gemini and Gemini energy, I kind of know how that feeling feels sometimes because a lot of people with Gemini energy, some of them have ADHD. Myself, I have adult ADHD. I don't take any medication for it. I meditate. I wouldn't take meds for it. That's just me. So I get that because you're the polar opposite, Sagittarius and Gemini. See, and meditation helps, yoga helps. But it is hard, especially when the Mercury's in retrograde. When Mercury is in retrograde, it's hard to concentrate. Ashwagandha helps. I will have to try that. Someone told me the other day to start taking that for stress. So I might try that. You're the second person now. And I'm a firm believer that there are no accidents in life, only coincidences. So yes, ashwagandha. I'll have to remember that. You did. Now, see, when I was a kid, I had it, and my mother wanted to take me to the doctor. And I remember my grandmother telling her, no, don't do that. And my mom was like, why? And she was like, because they don't have enough knowledge in, what was the word she said? Psychology. This was back in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. And it was like, the last thing you wanted to do was go to a psychiatrist. They'd give you shock treatment, or shock therapy. And yeah, psychology is a very new concept. And in the beginning, it was brutal. I mean, all kinds of people were just considered mental, and it wasn't really mental. Anyway, my grandmother is the one that kind of helped me. She got me out in the garden. It was just, I've worked with special needs kids and especially ADHD, and keeping their diet natural, no food colors, no dyes, keeping them active. And that's what my grandmother did, kept me active. And I'm a lot better now than I was when I was a kid. Even though still now I'm a 3-ring circus, I start like 4 or 5 projects. Drives my husband nuts, but I get them all done. As to whereas in my younger days, I wouldn't get them all done. Forget that. Divorce, menopause, depression came through it beautifully. Ashwagandha. All right. I shall remember this the next time I put that Amazon order in. Ashwagandha. Anyway, I'm so glad to see both of you ladies. I've missed you. You guys are my usual suspects in the chat. And I'll try and get back on here. I don't know when. I have to look at my work schedule. Once I get my work schedule on Tuesday, I'll let you know. And I'll try and get back on here again. I do want to go over the VP's charts and show you that. Like I said, I wanted to wait till the DNC was over, and it is. That's all I'm going to say. I've seen so many fights on TikTok in families over this shit with politics that I hate it. They're both two sides of the same coin. But Agenda 2025 is scary as AF. If you read any of Agenda 2025, that's scary shit right there. Pardon my French. It's nice to see you too. I do follow you on you or on TikTok, so I do get to see you there as well, sweet butterfly girl. And I do love your channel. It's great. And like I said, I've been off of TikTok as well. In fact, I just posted something from a year ago. It was on this day, a memory. I got a community guideline violation. What in the hell is wrong with that app? What is wrong with that app? I am going to try and get on here more on a Friday evening. That seems to be where my quiet time comes in, is on Friday nights. So I will try and get on here with a little more consistency. But, you know, baby steps, right? All of you have a great weekend. And Kate, lovely to see you again. My good broom sister. I'm glad you liked all the stuff I wrote in there about Goddess Goldvig. She's amazing. And sweet butterfly girl, I'm so happy to see you too. I've missed you guys. And all the others that follow. I know there's a few that are probably sleeping because they're in Europe. That, you know, my Antonia is not in here, and a couple of others. You know, the usual characters in my crew here. Anyway, ladies, be safe. Enjoy the weekend. And I'll be in touch soon, okay? Ciao. Good to see you, ladies. Bye-bye. Bye.